You exist at what many people understand to be a very small subset of the population, a very tiny overlap in the Venn diagrams between people who believe in eternal transcendent creator God as described in Scripture, and somebody who believes and understands and actually researches and seeks to understand further biological evolutionary processes for how the world came to be. How do you see those two actually overlapping with each other?
For me, the different disciplines, science, theology, the arts, the humanities, are human constructs. And they are ways of looking at the world. We have to carve up the way we look at the world because we can't, nobody can do everything. Nobody can research everything. You can't think in all ways at once. But the world, the actual phenomenon that we're studying, whether it is religion, morality, the world around us, the natural world, or humans, is itself a holistic thing. It's one thing. That's another feature of monotheism, that all truth is one. All truth is God's truth, you could say. And so for me, everything I learn about the evolution of morality and religion is something that is part of the created order. It is the handiwork of the grand architect. And so it's almost like when we research in two different fields whose methods are very different. Let's say we're thinking about things theologically and we can't prove anything, and it's more of an idea of what is the most beautiful and meaningful worldview I could have that is consistent with what I know about the world, but is not purely driven by evidentiary means, on the one hand. And then I have this other separate phenomenon, which is my science, where I have these rigid rules that govern what I will accept and what I won't accept. And it's on an evidentiary basis, and all my statements should be falsifiable, etc. Now, these are essentially like two people working on the same puzzle, where you have part of the puzzle being made over here, and you can sort of see what's going on, and then part of the puzzle is going on over here. But you know how it is when that's happening, when you and your siblings are making a puzzle, and then at one point you say, hey, I see where this thing goes. One person's working on space and the other one's working on the Millennium Falcon, and then you can see where it fits into the puzzle. And so that's the wonder of a holistic worldview. And so essentially my theological wonderings and musings, metaphysical opinions, you could say, my wandering around in the desert looking for the oasis of transcendence is like working on the space. And it's much easier to be working on the things that are concrete and have evidence. But once you see where things are starting to fit together, that makes it worthwhile.